The Aztecs are probably best known for getting BTFO'd by Cortez and stuff that's not even visible. But even more unique is the absolute insanity contained in their mythology. Religion? That's always a touchy subject. Huitzilopochtli, one of the many gods of war and the patron god of Tenochtitlan, is one of the most badass creation stories in all of the mythology. He has two, really, but one was that he was the smallest of 4 kids and him and his brother, Quetzalcoatl, created humanity. Boring. The other one is where his mother, Quetzalcoatl, who is normally depicted as wearing a skirt of writhing snakes and a necklace made of human hearts, hands, and skulls, falls mysteriously pregnant. Come to find out that she was impregnated by a ball of feathers while she was cleaning a temple. Hey baby, why don't you quit cleaning and come dust me off? Quetzalcoatl's previous progeny was quite perturbed and perplexed by this peculiar pregnancy. She'd had many children already, 400 boys and 1 daughter. I'm not even going to try. This treacherous daughter then convinced her brothers to attempt to decapitate their mother, when, in a moment of pure alpha Chad energy and testosterone, Huitzilopochtli leapt out of his mother's womb fully grown and wearing a full set of armor. He then decapitates his virile sister, casting her dead body upon a mountain. He then chased off the rest of his 400 brothers, who would then become the stars in the sky. I feel like 400 is an underestimate of how many stars there are. I don't know, just me. There's disagreement on whether his mother survived the attack, though. The two options are that she was already dead when Huitzilopochtli popped out, or that Huitzilopochtli ended up saving her. In another story, Huitzilopochtli is guiding the meager Aztecs for many years to find their homeland. Along the way, in the middle of their wanderings, Huitzilopochtli and his followers come across the city of Culhuacan. The king was hospitable and welcoming, but Huitzilopochtli, being a god of war, wanted to start some trouble, so he screwed with him. Huitzilopochtli offered to marry the king's daughter so that she would become a goddess. The king enthusiastically accepted, and off she went. Huitzilopochtli then brought her to the temple, but instead of marrying her, he sacrificed her, and going full Silence of the Lambs, skinned her like a deer, and gave her skin to a priest to wear. When the Aztecs invited the king, who expected to run into a wedding, to the temple, he saw what was going on and booked it. For this story, we turn away from Huitzilopochtli and look to another god who is just as metal, Tlaloc, the god of rain. Now, rain is good in general. It brings life to the desert and is what humans and animals subsist off of. And unsurprisingly, the Aztecs find a way to make it as morbid as possible. Tlaloc's favorite tears were the tears of dying children. They were an agriculturally based society. The Aztecs regarded their rain god with the utmost reverence and respect. It was the god Tlaloc, they believed, who made the rains come and go. So Aztecs made sacrifice to Tlaloc with gusto. The rain god's preferred sacrificial victims were women and children. According to their stories, the more tears dying children cried, the better the coming rainy season would be. And then there is I'm Too Lazy, a deity of vices, lust, adultery, and steam baths. Every time I think of a sauna, I now think of adultery. If your GF has ever been in a sauna and you weren't there, I think you know what was going down. The Aztecs would confess their lustful sins to the priest of this god, and they would only get purified once. So really only old people did it. Seems like it would be pretty awkward for the priest hearing all of these degenerate things that grandparents had done in their past. As well, this god was called the deity of dirt. Sins were symbolized by dirt, and she would eat the dirt to symbolizing the ingestion of sin, thus purifying it. She was shown to have excrement around her mouth and nose. The Aztec language word for sacred, sin, meaning the buttocks, and religious rituals include offerings of liquid gold and divine excrement. Now, on that note, video's over. Done. We're out of here.